Millions of people gather at the Grand Mosalla Hall in Tehran to mourn. 5 coffins draped in Iranian flags are paraded. Among them, a tiny coffin of a 14-month-old baby. A black turban on top of the most decorated coffin stands out. A man was killed alongside his family in a U.S.-Israeli airstrike 4 months ago.
The supreme leader of Iran,
Ayatollah Ali Khamenei,
has been killed.
خامنه‌ای در راه سربلندی حرم جمهوری اسلامی ایران شهد شهید گوارای شهادت را نوشیدند و به ملکوت اعلی پیوستند.
They weep, they beat their chest, they chant anti-America and anti-Israeli slogans. They vow for revenge.
کسی که کشت امام مرا چرا نکشی؟ قتل ترامپ گردن ماست.
This is not a state funeral for an ordinary head of state. It's the funeral of a supreme authority, a supreme political and religious authority higher than anyone in that land and beyond. Iranian religious leaders, officials, and foreign dignitaries attend to pay their last respects. Coded Quranic verses to visiting dignitaries, a message mapping where they stand in Tehran's eyes. The funeral procession leaves Tehran. This is how the funeral of the second supreme leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran unfolded, the funeral of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Iran declares 7 days of national mourning. Authorities rush to transform the capital into the center of a week-long commemoration, one of the most significant state funerals in modern Iranian history. Black banners draped government buildings. Thousands of mourners gather hours before the official ceremonies begin. Inside the Imam Khomeini Grand Mosalla Prayer Hall, the coffin of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei lay state, draped in the Iranian flag and surrounded by flowers. Senior military commanders, religious scholars, cabinet ministers, and foreign delegations pay their respects. Coded Quranic recitations echo through loudspeakers.
ينصرك الله نصرا عزيزا صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Message of where they stand in Iran's eyes. The lines in Tehran begin to stretch for kilometers. Families, veterans, students, clerics, and pilgrims waited patiently outside the Imam Khomeini Grand Mosalla, determined to pay their final respects. Khamenei's flag-draped coffin is moved outdoor under a glass display to accommodate public viewing for mourners. Mourners weep openly. Others whisper prayers. Loud chants of "Death to America" and "Death to Israel" echo through the crowd. State television broadcast the ceremonies live, portraying the turnout as a powerful public display of grief and national solidarity, a proof that the Islamic Republic remained united despite months of war and uncertainty. The coffin leaves the Grand Mosalla in Tehran aboard a ceremonial vehicle and begins its historic journey. a procession that would become one of the largest public state funerals in the history of the Islamic Republic. As the procession advances, mourners reach out to touch the passing convoy, while others raise portraits of Khamenei. Fire engines periodically spray water over the packed crowds to help people cope with the intense summer heat. Security personnel line rooftops and intersections as helicopters monitor the procession from above. The funeral march concludes at Azadi Square, where prayers are offered. The officials then announce the next stage, the holy city of Qom. In the holy city of Qom, the funeral enters a deeply spiritual chapter. The coffin of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei arrives in the center of Shia religious scholarship. Thousands of seminarians, senior clerics, and pilgrims gather in the streets surrounding the Jamkaran Mosque and the shrine of Fatima Masumeh. Mourners prepare to bid farewell in a city that had shaped much of Khamenei's religious and political legacy. At approximately 6 o'clock in the morning, senior cleric Ayatollah Abdullah Javadi Amoli leads funeral prayers at Jamkaran Mosque. Following the prayers, the flag-draped coffin is carried through Prophet Muhammad Boulevard towards the shrine of Fatima Masumeh. Along the route, mourners reach out to touch the funeral vehicle, many weeping openly while reciting prayers. At this point, Khamenei's farewell was no longer confined within Iran's borders. The funeral procession would cross into Iraq. The coffin of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei arrives at Najaf International Airport, where it's received by senior Iraqi officials, Iranian dignitaries, and prominent Shia clerics. Iraq had declared a public holiday. Thousands of mourners gather outside the airport and along the streets leading to the Imam Ali Shrine, one of Shia Islam's holiest sites. As the procession enters the city, crowds line the route carrying portraits of Khamenei, black mourning banners, and religious flags. At the Imam Ali Shrine, clerics lead the funeral prayers before the procession continued south towards Karbala, home to the shrines of Imam Hussein and Al-Abbas. The timing during the sacred month of Muharram gives the ceremonies added religious symbolism for many participants. Immense crowds fill Karbala's shrine district. Pilgrims from Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, Pakistan, and other countries join the procession as the coffin passed between the two holy shrines. The procession leaves Karbala for Mashhad. Seven days of mourning leads to this moment. The coffin of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei returns to Mashhad, the city where he was born in 1939. For many supporters, this was not only the end of a funeral, it was the closing chapter of more than 3 decades of Khamenei's leadership over the Islamic Republic. The procession enters the shrine complex. Ali Khamenei's oldest son, Mustafa Khamenei, leads the final funeral prayers. The Iranian flag-draped coffin is carried slowly toward its burial site near the shrine of Imam Reza, the 8th Imam in Shia Islam. Many mourners reach towards the coffin one last time, many in tears, others silently raising their hands in prayer. The burial at one of Shia Islam's holiest shrines reflect both Khamenei's lifelong religious identity and the symbolic importance the Iranian state attached to his legacy. The burial is complete. 7 days of ceremonies marks the end of an era.